Hey guys. So, one of the big questions a lot of people have been asking for nearly 20 years is what is the better recording format when it comes to recordable DVDs? Whether you have a recordable DVD player or even if you're lucky enough, a Blu ray recordable player. The question obviously is what is the better choice? And also, mainly, the big difference is, or big, not big difference, but bigger question is what is the difference between the two? And these are good questions, like what's the better choice? What's the difference? And to me, when it comes to what's the better choice, that all depends on your preference, whether or not you want to have something to where you can have the ability to remove, certain things you don't want on there before you finalize it, or if you want something on there to pretty much, and acknowledge that once it's recorded onto the disc, it can't be removed, and you're cool with that. That's pretty much, how that's pretty much my answer to what could be the better choice because it's your preference. It all depends on your preference. The difference, though, however, like I just mentioned, kind of right there, the difference is with one DVD plus R's, if you're using it in a recordable player, you're able to basically erase whatever you unintentionally recorded. Like let's say if you record the same episode you just recorded a week ago and you wanted to record a newer episode, then with a DVD plus R, you can basically, with a recordable player, you can erase that episode. You can erase that recording and still have hopefully enough space, there, to do a few more recordings down the line. But if you were to say choose a DVD minus R, then if you accidentally record, an encore presentation or a repeat of an episode you've already gotten, guess what? You're stuck with that recording. You can't remove it. It's pretty much, signed, sealed, and delivered, even if you didn't want it signed, sealed, and delivered. So that's basically the difference between the two. The other big difference when it comes to, let's say, utilizing them in recordable disc is basically, one, like DVD plus R, allows you to edit it. It allows you to edit it not just by, let's say, removing the unintentional recording, but allows you to name the recording that you just did. Like, let's say you're doing episodes of a series and you look into and you look on the guide, on your on-screen guide, let's say through your Xfinity or your Cox Communications or AT&T, whatever the case may be, you see what the name of the episode is by using a plus R DVD to record those episodes for that series. You can put the name of the episode as best you could, on that recording. But when it comes to minus R's, though, you can't do that. You have to wait until you're completely done with your recordings before you can name the disc. Yeah, you can't name the disc until you're done recording, until you finalize it. End of story. You cannot, name the disc until you're done recording. And again, like I said, if you accidentally record something like an episode that you just recorded previously, like let's say weeks ago, and now they're doing encores, because, perhaps let's say you thought, let's say 1 week you're going to get new episodes, but you find out those episodes won't start to the following week, then guess what? You're stuck with that episode that you just recorded weeks ago on the same disc that you already have the original recording on. You're stuck with a repeated recording if you use DVD minus R's. But with DVD plus R's, you can erase that unintentional recording. So that's the big difference. That's the big difference. And again, the other big difference is with plus R's, if your recordable player allows you to do so, you can name the recording that you just recorded. Like I mentioned, if you're doing episodic recording, you can name the episode. You can basically edit in and type in through your remote the name of the episode that you just recorded, especially if you go off what you read on your on-screen guide. But with minus R disc, you can't do that. You have to wait till you're completely done before you can name the disc, and only the disc itself, and that's it. You can't name any of the recordings that you did on that disc. you can only name the disc. So let's say you're a fan of NCIS. With a +R, you can not only name the disc after you're done recording, but you could also name each recording after the episode title that it has. But with -R, you can't do that. All you can do is put the name of the series in the title area for the disc, and that's it. And that's basically the big difference between the two when it comes to recordable players, and essentially kind of similarly to the the DVD burners or Blu-ray burners. Basically, you have different opportunities to utilize the disc or whichever kind suits your preference. So, yeah, that's basically how it is. That's basically how it is when it comes to the differences between the two different formats. One gives you the ability to remove recordings that you didn't want, that you accidentally recorded, as well as edit in the name of the episode or name of whatever you just recorded along with naming the disc, and that being DVD+Rs. Well, the other basically says, hey, you accidentally recorded something. Guess what? You're stuck with that recording. And oh, by the way, you can't name the episodes, you can't name the recordings at all. All you can name is the disc when it's all said and done. And the reason that's the big difference, and the reason that makes a big difference with -R completely compared to +R, is because -R, depending on the machine that you utilize it for, if it's a recordable player, recognizes it like, let's say, a regular DVD. It recognizes it like, let's say it's a DVD, like, let's say the Josie and the Pussycats movie DVD. It recognizes it like that. It doesn't recognize it as a, +R DVD where you could basically rewrite, edit, whatever. It recognizes it as a regular DVD, but it does acknowledge it's a recordable formatted version of DVD. So under the DVD-video scenario, from what I understand. But yeah, those are the big differences between the two formats, depending on your preference. But let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the differences between the two? What do you prefer better? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the live chat. And I am out.